Hello everyone, it's Rachel here at Clarty Hands Crafts. Welcome to the first episode of my new series, Cricut for Junk Journals. I've often searched in the past for different ways to use my Cricut machine in my junk journals, but I couldn't find much about it, so I've decided that I can just make my own inspiration. So here I am, and I thought I would share it with you guys as well because you might find it useful too if you've got one of these machines. Episode 1 is all about making frames and using them in your junk journal, and I'll show you some basic techniques that you can do yourself in Design Space for free, and I'll also show you some more complicated things that you can do with files that you've purchased. So let's get to it, shall we? For each of these projects, the best way to start is to measure the area of the photograph that you want to have inside the frame. And this means that you can just gauge how big you need the aperture to be. In Design Space, you can insert the shape that you would like to use for the outer edge of the frame. I'm using a rectangle with rounded corners. Duplicate that shape if you would like to create a backing card for your photograph. Then you can go ahead and insert the shape that you would like to have for your aperture. I'm using an oval for this one. Use the resizing boxes at the top of the page to make the aperture a specific size. So those measurements that you took before of the photograph can be used now to make sure that the aperture is going to fit snugly around the image. Select the front frame shape and the aperture shape, and you can use the align tools to center them one on top of the other. This will make sure that when you cut them apart that the aperture is central. Now it's time to use the slice tool. So you need to have both of those pieces selected and then slice. Then you can remove all of the oval shapes and you will be left with the outer frame, which looks like this. Then you can line up the backing card and the front card. Use the alignment tool and align them at the bottom of the top. And just make sure that they're joined there in the middle. And you can select them, click weld, and they will join together as one shape. Under the shape selection menu, you can find the line tool. So if you add one of those to the page, then select score to turn it into a score line, and then place it down the middle of the backing card and the front card. If you select them all and then align to the center, then your score line should be in the right position if you're doing a similar shape to this. And then you can attach the line to the card. And then you're ready to make it. So I made this with quite thick cardstock. I think it was about 250 GSM or something like that. And when they're folded, you can use these as journal cards and you can decorate them up however you wish. So I added this photograph, stuck down the front frame over the entire thing, and I used plenty of glue to make sure that nothing comes apart. And then I decorated it with some pieces of paper and jute twine trim and this pretty little flower. I do apologise because my lighting that is above my workstation is very reflective of these photographs. You could batch make a load of these for different size photographs and with different coloured cards and things like that, and then you've got plenty in your stash for future use. Here's another example of the same design without the backing card, and I used some rice paper to decorate that journaling card and then just stuck it on directly to the back, and then decorated it with some pretty trims and that tab pull, so that'll go nicely inside a large pocket. This next project is simple in terms of using the Cricut, but I actually designed this one using an iPad and the program Procreate. If you have that program, then you can create your own design using the symmetrical drawing guides, or you can purchase from elsewhere. So you can purchase this from my website actually if you wish, and there are plenty of options as well on the Cricut Access platform, and that'll just allow you to have some more intricate designs in your journals. And it's really effective, this, especially with the kind of Victorian style theme. All you need to do is layer it directly onto the picture. The next one is another project that I designed. For some reason I decided that I was going to do a ridiculously intricate pattern for my first ever foiling project, but I am really happy with the way it turned out. So the line drawing needs to be set to foiling in that menu at the top, and the backing card can just be set to cut. And then if you lay one on top of the other and centralise them again, then you will know exactly where each part of the design is going to lie. So there we go, I've just changed that to the foiling line type and then send it to the machine. Make sure you've got the right kind of foil for this project. I stupidly had party foil and that didn't work at all. I thought it was the right kind of stuff, but thankfully I had this sample piece which came in my foiling kit, so I've used that for the design. So it came out really well, and then I just stuck this over the top of a black and white photograph that I had, which just happened to be the correct size. Some simple pencil markings will help you to place the photograph in the correct position. So sometimes it can slip out of place, but if you do this then it shouldn't do. I already had stuck those flowers onto the photograph, so I just wanted those to peek over the top of the edge of the frame. That was easy to do with a pokey tool. These 3 projects alone have given us a great variety to include in our junk journals, so imagine what else you can do when you really start playing with it and getting into what the Cricut machine can achieve. The frames that I designed are available in my shop, so if you want to get your hands on those, then I will link those in the description below. If you've got any ideas that you want to share with the community, then go ahead and leave them in the comments. I hope some of you found this video useful. If you did, then you can watch out for the next one in the series, which is going to be all about making bookmarks in different ways. So I will see you then, and thanks for watching. Bye!